आज मैं यहाँ पे आया था कि मैं लीगल एड की बात करने आया था और लीगल एड में मैंने तकनीक की बात की। मैंने लीगल एड में तकनीकी का जो आजकल वितरण है उसका कैसे हम इस्तेमाल कर सकते हैं गरीब आदमी को, हमारी बहनों को, बेटियों को, बच्चों को, जो गाँव का दूर दराज में जो लोग आदमी रहते हैं उनकी जो कानून से संबंधित समस्याएं हैं हमको हमें लीगल एड प्रदान करना है। तो वो तभी कर पाएंगे जब हम उनकी भाषा को समझें, उनके मन को समझें, उनकी वो तभी हो सकता है जब हम उनके लोकल डायलेक्ट में उनकी बात को कर सकते हैं, उनकी जो अपनी भाषा है जैसे हम जीवन जीते हैं जी, हमारे लोग हमारे द्वारा लीगल बोलते हुए ऐसा ही जीवन जिए उनके साथ और उनकी भावनाओं को, उनके अंतर मन को समझें और उसको समझने के बाद उस समस्या का निदान के लिए हम अपनी सेवाएँ प्रदान करें।
सर आज चीफ जस्टिस इंडिया पहुंचे हैं, मानव रचना पहुंचे हैं, क्या खास रहा है सर?
जी, आज हमारे जस्टिस सूर्यकांत जी जो जज हैं सुप्रीम कोर्ट के वो आए और हमारे जस्टिस लाहौटी मेमोरियल लेक्चर में उन्होंने एक टाइम भी निकाला और अच्छा प्रोग्राम था। उसमें जस्टिस यू ललित और जस्टिस सूर्यकांत दोनों रहे और ये जो जस्टिस लाहौटी रहे हमारे साथ लॉ स्कूल में बहुत सालों से जुड़े थे, उनकी मेमोरी में ये कई सालों से हो रहा है और उसी में उन्होंने यहाँ शिरकत।
सर ये जो आज क्या खास मैसेज दिया है उन्होंने?
आज उन्होंने बच्चों के लिए एक बहुत अच्छा मैसेज दिया कि कैसे उनको कौन से जो जस्टिस लाहौटी की वैल्यूज़ को आगे कंटिन्यू करना है, उनके ट्रेडिशंस को आगे लेके चलना है और कुछ जो नालसा में जो उनका काम हो रहा है कि पूरे देश में लॉ को और लीगल एड को कैसे सपोर्ट को बढ़ाएं, उसमें डिजिटाइजेशन का कितना महत्व है उसके ऊपर काफ़ी इनकी सोच थी और जो जस्टिस लाहौटी की कई ऐसी लैंडमार्क जजमेंट थी उसके बारे में काफ़ी बात।
एक मैसेज देना चाहें तो क्या देना चाहेंगे?
मैसेज मैं यही देना चाहूँगा, जो ऐसे इस तरह के प्रोग्राम्स होते हैं, मेमोरियल लेक्चर्स होते हैं, हम उस हस्ती को याद करते हैं जिन्होंने अपना देश में कुछ नाम कमाया और वो नाम के साथ उनका जो एक सोच है उस सोच के से हमें सीखना चाहिए और यंग जनरेशन को भी ये प्रेरणा लेनी चाहिए कि वो भी इसी तरह का नाम अपने लिए बनाएं और अपने लिए शॉर्टकट ना देखें, एक अच्छे सीधे रास्ते से चलें और मेहनत करें और कामयाबी उनका कदम चूमेगी। यही मैं उन्हें कहना चाहूँगा। थैंक यू।
Supreme Court of India, the Honorable President of Manav Rachna Institutions, the family members of Justice R.C. Lahoti, all the distinguished persons present today. I see some of the senior counsel practicing in the Supreme Court, some of the advocates practicing in the Supreme Court, the learned faculty members and the students. Ladies and gentlemen, it gives me immense pleasure to be standing before you on this occasion. But I'm slightly nervous. Why? Because these are very large shoes to be filled. So therefore, to be sitting here and to be before you on this occasion, Justice R.C. Lahoti Memorial Lecture, is quite a thing which may put you on a nervous side. Why do I say so? Justice Lahoti's career in the Supreme Court from 1998 to 2005, 7 years, but remarkable career. And around the same time, I got designated in 2004. Naturally, R.C. Lahoti was part of the bench. And I was just about rising in the profession when Justice Lahoti was in the Supreme Court. So used to have number of instances where I would be appearing before him or before the court where he would be a member, and would keenly observe him, because to my mind, if there was one Karma Yogi in the Supreme Court in those days, it was this gentleman. And it was very rightly mentioned by his daughter, the kind of approach to the matters which Justice Lahoti displayed. Very thorough when it came to preparation, very attentive when it came to listening to the counsel, very clear when it came to application of mind, and very, very concise but very telling observations when it came to judgment writing. How many of us know, and we have almost accepted it as part of our social order, that no noise in public places after 11 o'clock? Who is the creator? Who is the inventor of that idea? It was Justice Lahoti. Noise pollution matters. But I have today been given the task of taking you through some of his judicial decisions. And I would concentrate on only 3 of those decisions because slightly selfish interest on my part, because I appeared in all 3.
Former Chief Justice, Jammu and Kashmir High Court. Dr. Prashant Bhalla, Chancellor, Manav Rachana University. Professor Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha, Vice Chancellor of the University. Justice K.K. Lahoti, former Judge of the Madhya Pradesh High Court. Dr. Asha Verma, Dean, School of Law, Manav Rachana University. Dr. Vandana Marda on the dais. Senior advocates and members of the Supreme Court, High Court and District Court Bar Association, learned District Session Judge and other judicial officers of the Faridabad Session Division, members of the faculty and administration of Manav Rachana University, family members of Justice R.C. Lahoti, a very distinguished team of former bureaucrats of Haryana are also present here. They have been very closely associated with me throughout my life. I don't want to name them individually. Learned Deputy Commissioner, Commissioner of Police of the Faridabad District Administration, distinguished guests, honored of the Uday Lalit for giving me this opportunity to be with all of you and share my views on a subject which is not only close to my heart, but it is also the current responsibility that I am carrying. I am only correcting the Madam Computer. Now I am looking after the National Legal Service Authority. So the legal aid is a subject which is I am statutorily responsible to cater on pan-India basis. It is a profound honor to deliver Justice R.C. Lahoti second memorial lecture at this university, where we have gathered not merely to commemorate a towering jurist, but to rekindle the ideals he so gracefully embodied: clarity of thought, constitutional fidelity, and an unwavering moral compass. Justice Lahoti, through more than 340 judgments, if I am correct, probably 342 judgments he delivered, wove these values into the very fabric of Indian jurisprudence. His legacy endures not just in law reports, but as a guiding light for legal reform and the pursuit of justice. On a personal note, I vividly remember my first interaction with Justice Lahoti, though I used to appear as a private counsel in his court occasionally, but then almost frequently when I was Advocate General for the state. But my first in-person meeting, I always fondly remember. That was the time when my name had already been notified for elevation as a judge of the High Court. That was December 2003 winter break, and we had decided to take oath after the winter break in the first week of January 2004. When I came to know that Justice Lahoti is visiting Chandigarh and is staying in the UT guest house, I sought an appointment which he very gracefully granted. That meeting left a very deep impression on me, true to his reputation for gentleness and humility. He spoke to me with warmth and candor, offering invaluable guidance, especially on the do's and don'ts of justice. It was a conversation I have carried with me ever since. Justice Lahoti was not merely a jurist but a philosopher of his book, Canons of Judicial Ethics, remains a moral treatise reminding us the judiciary is not a cold instrument of the state but a sanctuary for fairness and service. His famous lines and his visionary outlook that the Mediation and Conciliation Project Committee, very popularly known as MCPC, in Supreme Court was constituted, which has since played a pivotal role in mainstreaming mediation across the country. Incidentally, I am looking after this committee also nowadays. And at present, one of the movement which I have initiated throughout the country is Mediation for a Nation for 90 days, which is going on as of now. And we are trying to identify as many contentious cases for disposal through mediation. He also laid the foundation for the digital transformation of the Indian judiciary. Under his leadership, the E-Committee of the Supreme Court was established to steer the ambitious National Policy and Action Plan for implementation of information and communication technology in the Indian Judiciary 2005. That was the name of the scheme. This policy gave rise to the E-Courts project, a pan-India initiative that envisions a modern, responsive judicial system enabled by ICT infrastructure aimed at improving efficiency, transparency, and access to justice across all levels of judiciary. He is a farm worker. So what he will do? He will only speak his own language. So your app must be so updated and potentiality and capable that your app also understands his local dialect. So suppose I was asking, कहाँ अधिकार बा हमार जब मालिक पैसा न दे? If somebody will ask in Bhojpuri this question, that what I will do with your schemes? My Malik is not giving my money. Your app must be capable to answer it. In Kannada, suppose somebody says, PAN card ite, employment exchange alli hesru kuda, ide adre kelsa mado avakash yeli. Means, you are offering me that there are employment schemes, you get the PAN card, this and that. What I will get with these cards unless I get a benefit of it? So your app must be capable to respond to these regional languages. So that's one aspect. There is also a pressing need to address the challenges faced by linguistic and cultural minorities. Digital platforms must not only be multilingual but also culturally nuanced. When citizens see their own stories, customs, and worldviews reflected in legal education content, barriers of alienation and mistrust crumble, making way for genuine engagement and confidence in the system. With the acceleration of remote communication post-COVID-19, there is now an opportunity to decentralize and democratize legal aid. India's experiment with tele-law services during the COVID-19 pandemic offers valuable lessons. In those challenging months and months, millions were able to consult with legal experts via simple video and phone calls, often facilitated by paralegal volunteers stationed at common service centers. These efforts proved that digital legal aid is not only feasible but also scalable when guided by will and community participation. The momentum from that period should be harnessed and institutionalized, ensuring that digital intervention remain permanent fixture rather than emergency stopgaps. Virtual Lok Adalats should also become a reality by harnessing secure video platforms. Case hearings, especially for family disputes, minor civil issues, labor disputes, can happen with minimum travel and cost, saving litigants time and resources. Artificial intelligence, of course, if ethically and transparently displayed and used, can be another game changer in helping screen cases, prioritize urgent needs, and even generate first level documents. Guided conversations through legal aid chatbots can help citizens articulate their issues clearly, identify relevant rights, and generate basic petitions in local language. Accordingly, the systems can quickly determine whether litigants qualify for free legal aid, reducing paperwork, discretion, and possible delays. Untapped promise for legal education and empowerment. This can be for the law schools. By creating immersive simulations of courtrooms and legal procedures, these technologies can demystify the justice system, enabling citizens, especially children, victims of trauma, and those disabilities having any physical or other disabilities, to practice and prepare for depositions, hearings, or mediation in a safe and supportive environment. Such experiences can significantly reduce anxiety and boost participation, especially for those who are intimidated by traditional courtroom settings. In reimagining legal aid, we should also look to the unparalleled potential of crowdsourcing and community-driven platforms. Drawing inspiration from successful education technology models, we can organize volunteer networks where law students, young advocates, and even retired legal professionals donate their time for online question and answer forums, live video helplines, and region-focused legal information webinars. Strategic collaboration, engaging with the dynamic world of legal tech, startups, and social enterprises presents exciting new opportunities. These innovators are developing AI-powered legal research tools, voice-to-text transcription technology, and streamlined platforms for document automation, all of which can dramatically expand the reach and efficiency of legal services. By institutionalizing collaboration through hackathons, fellowships, and pilot projects, legal service authorities can harness this creative energy to push the boundaries of what legal aid can achieve. Alongside this, the law schools must become vibrant laboratories for both innovation and outreach. Through initiatives such as legal aid clinics, research projects, internships, and real-time experimentation, students can design, build, and test pioneering digital tools while making a direct impact on their communities. Thus, this symbiotic relationship not only fosters practical learning but also channels youthful creativity and a spirit of service for the justice delivery system. Meaningful engagement with civil society remains equally essential. Grassroots, NGOs, women organizations, and community leaders act as indispensable bridges to the most marginalized populations. Their deep understanding of local realities enables them to design solutions that are relevant, respectful, and genuinely inclusive. Finally, the role of government and the judiciary as catalysts cannot be overstated. With ongoing digital initiatives such as Digitally Accessible India, the Jan Dhan Aadhaar Mobile Trinity, and the e-Courts Mission Mode project, the groundwork is being laid for comprehensive justice reform. To fully realize these ambitions, these government-led digital strategies must converge with justice sector reforms. Meanwhile, the judiciary must remain adaptable, continually updating procedures to seamlessly incorporate digital evidence, remote testimony, and electronic records. Through such collaborative synergies, we can bring the promise of inclusive digital justice closer to reality. The theme of today's lecture, Bridging the Gap, ladies and gentlemen, is not merely a call to build more bridges. It is a call to imagine a different kind of society in which the chasm between the powerful and the powerless is narrowed each day, not by rhetoric, but by creative application of law and technology in service of humanity. Let us remember, justice delayed is not merely justice denied. In the digital age, justice undelivered because of inaccessibility, ignorance, or exclusion is worse, as it breeds cynicism and alienation. Let us strive for a system which every citizen, regardless of geography, gender, disability, or poverty, can say with confidence, the law is here for me. Such a system will not just serve the poor, it will ennoble the very idea of justice. In a world where machines write poetry and AI predict behavior, we must remember justice is still a human act. It is not rendered by bandwidth but by conscience. The greatness of the law lies not in authority but in service, not in rigidity but in compassion. Let us look for a future where every panchayat across the nation enjoys seamless digital access to legal assistance, where every woman, regardless of the circumstances or location, feels the assurance of her rights through the power of a simple phone call, where no prisoner is denied a prompt hearing, and where every citizen, from the cities to the remotest villages, is empowered to understand and speak the language of the law. This vision is not an unattainable utopia. With collective resolve, clear purpose, and strong partnership, we can transform it into India's living reality. In this reimagined world of legal aid, now I am concluding, in this reimagined world of legal aid, no one shall stand alone before the court. Instead, every citizen will find in the pillars of India's digital architecture the steady hand of guidance, the timely voice of counsel, and the unflinching gaze of justice. A legacy worthy of Justice Lahoti and a promise to every generation yet to come. Thank you very much. Thank you.
Justice R.C. Lahoti Memorial Lecture. We remain deeply honored to uphold the legacy of Honorable Justice R.C. Lahoti, a towering figure in Indian jurisprudence whose life continues to inspire generations of legal minds. We are deeply grateful to Honorable Mr. Justice Surya Kant Sir, Judge of the Supreme Court of India, for delivering today's time out to be with us, sir. Sir, your words have truly inspired us and reminded us of the need to uphold the spirit of justice for those who need it the most. We are equally thankful to our guest of honor, Honorable Mr. Justice U.U. Lalit, former Chief Justice of India. Justice Lalit has always been a great source of inspiration for all of us at the School of Law, and we are truly privileged to have been constantly guided by him. His wisdom, humility, and continued encouragement mean a great deal to us. A very special thanks goes to the Lahoti family, whose gracious presence today made this occasion even more meaningful. Our sincere gratitude to Dr. Prashant Bhalla, Chancellor, Dr. Amit Bhalla, Vice President, and Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha, Vice Chancellor, for their support, visionary leadership, and belief in the transformative power of legal education in India. A warm thanks to all my dear colleagues at the School of Law for their tireless efforts and enthusiasm in organizing this important lecture. We also acknowledge and appreciate the commitment of our administrative and support teams, including the design, marketing, logistics, and IT departments, for ensuring that every detail was handled with care and dedication. Finally, to our esteemed audience, honorable judges of the Supreme Court and various high courts, respected lawyers, advocates, policymakers, our dedicated faculty members, and our vibrant law students. Thank you for being here, for engaging with the ideas shared today, and for contributing to the academic richness of this occasion. Let us all continue to carry forward the legacy of Justice R.C. Lahoti with dedication, compassion, and a strong sense of purpose. Thank you all once again. Jai Hind.
May I now request Dr. Amit Bhalla sir to please felicitate Ms. Vandana Marda on behalf of our university. I once again request Professor Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha sir to please felicitate Honorable K.K. Lahoti sir as a mark of our respect. That law is not confined to the pages of books or the walls of courtrooms. It is the soul of justice, the voice of the voiceless, and the foundation upon which just societies are built. For those who had the opportunity to work with him, listen to him, or study his judgments, it was clear. He was a guiding light. His legacy lives on, not just in legal archives or verdicts, but in the minds he shaped, the values he stood for, and the future he helped refine. As we listen to the voices gathered here today, some who knew him personally, and others who were inspired by his work, we remember Justice Lahoti not just with reverence, but with renewed resolve to uphold the ideals he cherished: truth, fairness, courage, and justice. To officially begin this commemorative lecture, I now invite Professor Dr. Dipendra Kumar Jha.
Honorable Vice President Dr. Amit Bhalla, dignitaries on the dais and off the dais. This
Moment of reflection, a tribute to a jurist who stood tall, not just in the classrooms in courtrooms of India, but in the moral conscience of our legal tradition. Justice R.C. Lahoti's life and career were marked by deep integrity, simplicity, and a profound understanding of constitutional justice. Today, as we gather to remember him, we are reminded that a truly great life is one that continues to inspire long after it has passed. We are deeply honored by the presence of Honorable Mr. Justice Suryakanth, who brings to this occasion not only his stature as a judge of the Supreme Court, but also the weight of a remarkable personal and professional journey. From humble beginnings to the apex court of the country, his story is one of quiet determination and unwavering commitment to constitutional ideals. His judgments reflect empathy, clarity, and vision. We thank you, sir, for accepting our invitation and for your gracious presence amongst us. We are equally privileged to welcome Honorable Mr. Justice U.U. Lalit, the former Chief Justice of India, whose tenure on the bench was marked by distinction, foresight, and an unwavering sense of fairness. Justice Lalit's emphasis on access to justice and legal reforms is well known. His continued engagement with the academic and professional legal community, even after demitting office, reflects his deep commitment to nurturing the next generation of legal minds. Sir, it is a privilege to have you with us here, and we are equally honored by the presence of the distinguished family of Justice R.C. Lahoti, whose legacy continues to illuminate the path of justice and integrity in our country. A man of deep wisdom, humility, and unwavering commitment to constitutional values, Justice Lahoti exemplified judicial excellence through his clarity of thought and moral clarity. His judgments were not only legally profound, but also humane in spirit, reflecting his deep concern for justice as a lived experience for every citizen.
His legacy lives on not only in the pages of law reports, but in the hearts of all who cherish fairness, dignity, and service. Today, as we remember him, we also thank his family for sharing him with the nation and for being with us on this solemn occasion. I take this opportunity to congratulate and commend the School of Law, Mona Brashna University, for organizing this important memorial lecture with such thoughtfulness and sincerity. These are not just academic events. They are instruments of cultural and intellectual continuity. They keep alive the values and legacy of those who built the institutions we cherish today. Lectures like the Justice R.C. Lahoti Memorial Lectures serve as a vital bridge between legal scholarship and lived judicial wisdom. They offer students, academics, and practitioners a rare opportunity to engage with the thoughts of some of the finest minds in the legal field. Such events not only honor the legacy of great jurists, but also inspire future generations to uphold the highest standards of justice and integrity. They enrich the academic environment and deepen our collective understanding of law and practice. To our dear students, may this moment serve as a reminder that legal education is not just a path to a profession, but to a purpose. Let Justice R.C. Lahoti's life be your benchmark and his principles your guide. Thank you all once again for being.
परमात्मा के प्रति अत्यंत नतमस्तक होकर वे कहते हैं, मुझे रास आ गया तेरे दर पे सर झुकाना, तुझे मिल गया पुजारी, मुझे मिल गया ठिकाना, मुझे कौन जानता था तेरी बंदगी से पहले, तेरी याद ने बना दी मेरी जिंदगी फसाना. My father believed the confidence which the constitution makers posed in the judges, that they would perform their duty to the best of their ability without fear or favor, affection or ill will. Even after retirement, he continued to serve quietly, purposefully, whether it was through arbitration, writing or mentoring, he never sought the spotlight. In fact, he often avoided it. But those who came to him for guidance always left enriched by his wisdom, his honesty, and the clarity with which he saw the world. As a father, he taught us many things, some directly and many more by examples. He taught us that success means little without character, that discipline is not rigidity, but commitment, doing the right thing when no one is watching. The silence is not weakness, but strength. And that service is not something you do in grand gestures, but in everyday acts of honesty and kindness. As we gather here today to reflect on his life and legacy, I find comfort in knowing that his values continue to live on. In the judgments he authored, in the young minds he mentored, and in the institution he served so faithfully. I also believe that his true legacy lies not in the records or titles, but in the lives he touched, in the respect he earned, the trust he built, and the ideals he never compromised. On behalf of our family, I extend our heartfelt thanks to each of you for remembering him, for honoring him, and for ensuring that his commitment to justice continues to inspire. May we carry forward the values he stood for with the same quiet dignity, the same resolute purpose, and the same belief that the justice is not just a profession, it is a responsibility. The responsibility assigned by the God which makes a judge representative of God to fulfill divine duty. And now to conclude, और पापा जी के शब्दों में ही समेटना चाहूँगी न्यायदान के महान कार्य को। वे कहते थे, पर पीड़ा से छलक उठे मन, यह छलकन ही गंगा जल है। दुख हरने को पुलक उठे मन, यह पुलकन ही तुलसी दल है। जो अभाव में भाव भर सके, वाणी से रसधार झड़ सके, जन हिताय अर्पित जो जीवन, यह अर्पण ही आराधन है, यह अर्पण ही आराधन है। थैंक यू सो मच।